You be the judge.
You're gonna do a Twitter poll? You're Mr. Twitter poll. Why don't you do that?
8 a.m. on the East Coast, Mr. Interrupt, Jay Harris, alongside Jaymee Sire, Serena Morales, and Redick Scott.
All right, American golfer Cody Gribble had to face an alligator to get his ball at the Arnold Palmer Invitational and survived. And we have our top encounter coming up at 8:20 Eastern.
That's some great video. Coming up at 8:45 Eastern, Kevin Nagandi. He's going to join us live from Austria, the site of the Special Olympics World Winter Games, with the story of one athlete's passion for skiing.
That should be cool. Let's get to our top.
Savage is with us, and you have a unique perspective because you do the color for Alabama radio for the last 8 seasons, so you've covered him for quite a long time. He can earn nearly $400,000 in incentives if he makes weight at 7 different times between May and December. That's according to ESPN's Field Yates. So the question is, why offer a guy like this a contract when he clearly has some weight concerns?
Well, Pete Carroll and the Seattle see that they can get the best out of Eddie Lacy.
Hey, anybody that's tried to drop a few pounds knows that a little motivation, a little incentive goes a long way. You can catch Phil later in the 10 o'clock hour of SportsCenter. Plenty more from around the end.
We welcome in NBA front office insider Amin Al-Hassan on Coast to Coast. That was Mike Wilbon's take. He went on to say these guys are in the locker room. They're not in the White House, and they're not standing before people making policy. I'm paraphrasing. So we heard what Iggy said, and then we heard Steve Kerr say, you all been, Iggy'd, Andre'd, if you will. He's one of the originals, arguably one of my West Coast favorites, rapper, entertainer, entrepreneur. There is not much Ice Cube hasn't done and continues to do. He's a Renaissance man, currently starring in the movie Fist Fight, and his Big 3 basketball league debuts this summer. He's doing it all. Now, recently, he has a new VH1 hip-hop show called Hip Hop Squares, which premieres tonight. You may have seen it before. But we sat down with Ice Cube to talk to him about his latest ventures, but most importantly, what inspires him and keeps him going.
To all the ones in between.
So Nicki Minaj responds, not necessarily the same response that people talked about Shether. So I wonder, will it end there? Will they just say, all right, it's done?
I doubt it. I believe both of them are. America's Most Wanted, it was no dissing of NWA.
Yeah.
So I thought we was straight till I heard it. And then, it just got me mad. I wrote No Vaseline in 90 minutes.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
It took you 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
What do you think about what Russ said?
It's Russ being Russ.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Joining me
More
now
power to him.
on behalf of Dove Plus Care to celebrate how fans impact the game during March Madness, Clippers guard, former National Player of the Year. I have so many titles for this guy, JJ Redick. Let's start with the Clippers before we get to March Madness, shall we? So last night, the Nuggets gave you your 3rd straight loss. You're 5-8 since All-Star break. How do we get back on track?
We need everybody in the lineup for.
They're going in every year. There are always so many expectations placed upon you guys. They're going to make it. They're going to win. They're going to be in the finals, at least the Western Conference Finals. They have all the weapons. I hear it. The coaching. Yet and still, our basketball power index gives you guys a 16% chance of having a home court advantage. How important is playoff seeding for you?
Well, if you look historically, it's very important. And
how's it look? How's it looking?
I think you have to live in the moment.
Yeah.
I think you have to live in the moment.
That's the right response.
And even though that there's a lot of people tampering with me, trying to get me to come to the Lakers. No, I'm just kidding. You have to live in the moment. And we knew.
In the moment. But the reality is you also have to make plans. Do you feel as if the chemistry is off on the team? I don't know, and I'm not even, and everyone knows, look, this is the honest to God truth. I am a Lakers fan, but I do feel like you guys have so many weapons. I don't know what's missing, though, that doesn't push the team over the top.
Yeah, I think chemistry is important. I think joy is.
Sentiment. And then you said you need to have everybody back in place for that to happen. Blake Griffin, DJ, everybody needs to be ready to play in order for that to happen. So when you have all your guys on the court, are you a weapon here on the West?
Well, we have to believe that, and I do believe that. So, yeah, I think we are.
Okay. Shall we switch and talk about...
That wasn't very convincing.
Okay, all right. I mean, well, I don't know.
How are your Lakers doing?
Oh, look at him taking some TV tag time. Oh, not well. We're resting our stars. I don't know if you've heard.
Yeah, I've heard.
You've heard about that. But anyway, I'll tamper later. Let's talk about March Madness, shall we? The Duke Blue Devils. They are playing well. So tell me a little bit about your team. How far do you think they can go?
I actually, about 7 years ago, I stopped filling out brackets.
Why? To control that emotion. And first of all, I'm all in with the emotion. That drives you. I get it, and I understand it, and I respect it, and I like to see it on the court. How do you control that so it doesn't take over the game?
Well, let's keep in mind that